Well, hi everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. So today we're going to be setting up the flower stand for fall. And I realized this morning as I was gathering my buckets that I've never shared with you what my flower stand looks like this late in the season. And I noticed some comments on the last tour when I showed you the dahlias. People said, "Are you still selling flowers this time of year?" So yes, I do still sell flowers only on the weekends once school starts. That's mainly because we do live in a tourist town. We don't really get the tourist traffic anymore come school year, and we're also a bus stop. So having my flower stand kind of at a bus stop, I'm sure you can understand there's just some complications that come with that. But I do set up on Saturday and Sunday whenever possible. So all we're gonna do today is go ahead and harvest for the stand. We can kind of chat as we go along, just a really easy laid back video. That way you can see what my stand looks like come mid-October. So let's get started. So I have to button up my sleeve so the mosquitoes don't eat me to death this morning. But what I've already done so far is I've picked my mahogany splendor hibiscus just because it's really hard to hydrate that particular foliage. And I find that if I can pick it at even 6 a.m. rather than 8 a.m. what it is right now, it really makes a significant difference in it not wilting. And if you've ever picked mahogany splendor hibiscus and it just immediately wilts, I completely understand. The only thing I've really found that really truly works is to pick it very late in the season. I'm really not picking it for the stand until September and of course now October. Try to wait until it's woodier, pick it really early in the morning, and if you do happen to see it wilt, go ahead and put it in the quick dip. That usually does fix the problem. So basically the flower stand this time of year is really fast to set up because I use a limited amount of flowers. I'm really reliant on the dahlias this time of year. I'm just going to use the mahogany splendor hibiscus, the Cornell dahlia, jewels of opar. Maybe we'll put in some Mexican bush sage, but not that much because I am trying to hold that back for the Christmas tree. But that's really it. It's really just the dahlias that are for sale, and I'm just trying to kind of kick it up a notch by adding in a few other things. So guys, what do you think of these Cornell dahlias? Aren't they gorgeous? I just don't think you can beat Cornell bronze, or any sport of Cornell when it comes to a dahlia for cutting. There are so many dahlias out there on the market to purchase, but when it comes to a dahlia for cutting, really Cornell and a lot of the ball type dahlias are the ones that are going to give you the longest vase life. And at the end of the day, that's at least why I'm growing most of my dahlias. Now you'll notice that I'm not cutting any of my decorative dahlias or my dinner plate dahlias. I'm working on some pumpkin arrangements on a special order later this week. I'll go ahead and at least try to film part of that or share some pictures on Instagram, but that's why we're really only using Cornell today. And hey, I think she can carry us through the day at the flower stand. So guys, I have all the Cornell picked and I'm moving on to some jewels of opar now, and I just absolutely love the way jewels of opar looks in an arrangement, especially come fall when we don't have that much to pick from. Jewels of opar just keeps on producing and producing and producing. So I'm going to be making 4 arrangements for this stand today, and I think I would say between 4 and 5 stems of jewels of opar in each arrangement. So I'll go ahead and pick 20 stems total. And I noticed a lot of people saying, especially that garden in warmer zones, that jewels of opar readily self-seeds in their garden. So that's really great to know. It never really has the chance to do that here in my garden, just because I'm either harvesting it all, or like this season what I'll do is after I harvest all of these for the dried flower Christmas tree that remain, I'm actually going to rip out the plants and plant a bunch of double tulips here. But thanks so much for that information that they do self-seed readily, especially in warmer climates. And I believe they're hardy to a zone 8. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So doesn't this look great just all on its own? And you know, it's almost giving me Christmas vibes. Let's go to the Mexican bush sage and see if we really need to pick that, or if we can just get away with Cornell, jewels of opar, and mahogany splendor hibiscus. So I went ahead and also picked some hardy mums from the front garden, and I went ahead and started to pick some Mexican bush sage, but I think together these are reading as Halloween, which is not really what I'm going for. We're still quite a few weeks away from Halloween. So I think I'll go ahead and forego the Mexican bush sage and we'll just work with these fall colors and the mahogany splendor hibiscus. So a lot of days I'm in a rush to get the stand set up first thing in the morning, and the only day that's different than that is Sunday, because on Sunday it seems people really stop after church to pick up flowers. So my goal for Sunday sales is to be set up by noon, and that allows me a little bit more time on Sunday to enjoy the process of making bouquets. So I think what I want to do is go ahead and make myself a cup of maple bacon coffee. I just picked that up from Aldi's and I thought it sounded kind of interesting, kind of strange, but I want to see what it tastes like, and then we can just enjoy making some bouquets together. Okay, Grace, you want to make some bouquets? You want to come outside and make some bouquets? Let's go. So this maple bacon coffee is very interesting. I wouldn't say it's mapley or bacony, it's just coffee. So it looks like we have enough flowers for 4 arrangements, but I don't think we have enough foliage. So let me quickly grab some more from the driveway garden. I'll go ahead and use some abelia just to fill in any spaces. So guys, I've already had some fun creating these arrangements. I've got 3 done and they're really saying fall to me. Don't you agree? I'm really glad I didn't use the salvia. I think it definitely would have said Halloween, but maybe that's a good idea for later on this month, and I'll go ahead and try that and see how those sell. So just in case you're new to my channel, or maybe you've never seen a video where I set up my flower stand, I pretty much make the same bouquet over and over again for that day. So I'll create 4 or 5 of the same exact arrangement and set them up at my stand. I found that, at least for me, that seems to draw in more customers. It helps my stand look like one really large bouquet rather than kind of a mix of things. That's just something that might be totally just me here, but that's why I do it the way I do it. And I use old sauce jars because why not? Sauce jars are totally free. Why not recycle rather than buy in mason jars? Save yourself some money. So I like to start out an arrangement with a nice, strong, sturdy stem of a focal flower. And even if the arrangement is going to end up living in a jar, I still kind of create it as a hand-tied bouquet, as if I were going to wrap it and gift it, not in a jar. I just find that's a little bit easier, and more importantly for me, it's much faster than putting in stem after stem after stem into a jar. So I always do a hand-tied bouquet, whether or not it's going in a jar or being wrapped. And I just like to hold the stems away from myself while I'm creating. So I just put in that focal, come in with some filler flower. Here we have that Hardy Mom. Guys, I picked way too much jewels of opar. I thought I was counting as I was going along. I guess I was talking too much. We'll put in some nice sparkle. If I had a spike, I would add that in. I don't really have a spike this time of year. And then I'll add in some foliage, making sure, of course, no leaves below the water line. And then I'll go ahead and give it about a 45-degree turn. So I just turn it, and then I just repeat that process all over again until I'm happy with the result. So guys, that's what works for me. Let me know if you've found a process of making bouquets that's fast and easy that works for you. I think really everyone's different, and you just find what works best and then just go with it, right? Because we're all different, and this is really a creative process too. So you might notice the jacket behind me. I thought I was going to put that jacket on, but it's so weird right now. It's cold in the morning, and then it's warm in the middle of the day, and then it's cold again. And I said on Instagram, this is the season I like to call fummer, when it's fall in the morning and summer in the afternoon, and you're really just not sure how to dress. That's how you know fummer has arrived. Well guys, I'm really happy with the way they turned out. They're really saying fall to me, and I think maybe after this I'll go ahead out with my daughter and get some pumpkins for our porch and decorate, because now I'm really in the fall spirit. But let's just go ahead and get these out to the flower stand. This is how pretty much my arrangements have been looking and how they'll continue to look for at least 2 weeks. I might go ahead and put in some purple salvia come Halloween. And I do have one final round of 48 sunspot sunflowers, which is a branching variety of pollenless sunflower in the driveway garden. I had really hoped to have them blooming for Halloween, but because I had gotten kind of sick during the window of when I wanted to get them in the ground, I'm about a week to a week and a half late, I think, and what's gonna happen is if we don't get that first frost come late October, if it holds off, I'm probably gonna end up with sunflowers about the second week of November is what I'm guessing from what I'm seeing. Of course, that last wave is always kind of up in the air. I might get it, I might lose it, but I always feel like it's worth planting. So if you'd like to see what I do with those sunflowers come November, just let me know. I'll be happy to at least insert it into a vlog somewhere. But for now, let's get these out so hopefully we can get some customers. Well guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope it was enjoyable to see what my flower stand looks like in the fall. The Steelers game is about to start and my husband has been smoking some wings, which I've been smelling this whole time. So I'm gonna head inside and enjoy a meal with him and try that maple bacon coffee again. Maybe I just didn't make it strong enough. But I hope to see you guys sometime soon and I hope you have a great day in your gardens. Bye!